in my mind, like the first and the second interviews, like the first one is for depth, the second one is for breadth. And the first one, as Jane mentioned, is field match. So they're going to go deep for you. So what that means for me as an AI and machine learning, they would ask like, what is a neural network? How is a neural network trained using backpropagation? How does backpropagation, how is it implemented in PyTorch or TensorFlow or one of these like common libraries? What is the Markov decision process? Blah, blah, blah. Right. So like all of those kind of like field specific things and like really probing for depth that things kind of like beyond maybe the way you've thought about it, from the textbook before, right? And then for interview number 2, it will be like breadth. So it's like that they might ask you to connect this to like for me, they asked like a almost like a well, I made a passing comment like, oh, I've learned a bit of this like through osmosis, like from my lab mates. And they're like, great. So what is osmosis, by the way? And I'm like, okay, well, this is osmosis. And they're like, so how does it, how does osmosis work at the chemical level and then at a macro level? So I was like, oh, it's very, you have the stochastic movement of atoms and molecules at this low level, but then at a higher level, there's this kind of much more deterministic flow. And like that sort of thing. And it'll be like, okay, so how is osmosis related to photosynthesis and how plants work? Right. And then so like we're talking about that and they're like, so how is plants like how can we use plants to like solve climate change? Right. Like what's the relation there? Right. So it's like kind of it's unpredictable, you see, because this all like spun out from like an offhand comment I made on osmosis.